The Southport, Ormskirk and Formby Physician Associate Preceptorship gives PAs a chance to have a 2-year employment in Southport and Formby areas across primary and secondary care.
I think as a sort of newly qualified physician associate and not knowing sort of what area I wanted to go in, the opportunity to do different rotations, work in different areas and get that scope to find out what I really enjoyed was probably the main reason.
You know, coming out of university after doing like a 2-year course, really intense 2-year course, we did lots of different rotations, but I wasn't set on where I wanted to be. So I thought the preceptorship sounds ideal because it's half community, half hospital.
Right.
And then I could explore those 2 areas before I fully commit myself. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Before I sort of went on the preceptorship, I almost sort of was like, oh, I definitely don't want to do GP, but I wasn't 100% sure. So that's why, that was another driving force as to why I did it. But I've really enjoyed it and I've actually surprised myself by like how much I've enjoyed it as well. But I haven't completely, you know, write off the hospital either. So I'm excited to go back there, but I'm also keeping in mind that I've really enjoyed GP as well.
Yeah, definitely. I've really enjoyed it, and I think, you know, going back I wouldn't change anything. I'd recommend it to anyone, especially if you're not entirely sure what you want to do. But even if you do have an idea of what you want to do, it's so important to get that clinical exposure and be in different areas. I think because we were all in it together, all doing the preceptorship together, being able to meet up with them, hear sort of how that, you know, things are getting on for them, sort of problems or good things that they've encountered and how it works for them as well was really good. As part of the preceptorship, and we have sort of our protected sort of study time, that's really important to me, to be able to have that time away from sort of, you know, either, you know, on the wards or in sort of GP clinics, to have that time for you to be able to focus on what you want to do, whether it be sort of, you know, working for CPD hours or, you know, joining different conferences, meeting up with the other PAs and just having that sort of support to be able to speak to other people, sort of address concerns, talk about cases and things like that. It's a really great learning experience. You know, it's you get lots of sort of training opportunities. You know, it's recognised that, you know, and it's well supported as well. You know, you're doing it with other sort of PA preceptorship, you know, people. So it's having that support that's really good as well, and just the opportunity to do different rotations and having, you know, a 6-month period, you learn a lot. You learn so much. And I think it all accounts for just making you a sort of well-rounded, you know, better clinician at the end of the day.
I do, personally, I think so, because, you know, doctors that have just graduated, they get to go on rotations, F1, F2, they get to go around all the time, loads of exposure to different things. I think just coming out of the physician associate masters and diving straight into like a full-time job, I think you're limiting yourself into what else you could, you know, potentially see or even like. So I think it is a good thing to do, and I would do it again if I had the chance.